Up here in the hop house, yep, it's getting pretty full. These things are starting to wrap around themselves quite viciously. Wow, I used to be able to stand in there. That's where I used to stand before. So this is 2 weeks later and it's spread out all around here. There's vines coming out everywhere. Spiders catching bugs. No decent spiders like they have in Australia, but you know, little ones. Wow. It's starting to look pretty good. Let's see if we can get down. Oh, underneath. Oh, and have a look at this Ecotaro one. So this is the Ecotaro one. You can tell it's got a lighter leaf than the whatever the hell it is. I can't remember what it is. So this is just a little baby plant. It was taken as a cutting. It's a wild hop, and it's starting to, yeah, it's starting to race off. Oh, look at that! It's even got a little arm coming out. So next year, hopefully, or maybe the year after that, it will be a nice big hop, and I'll get some hops off it. But as for the big one, yeah, look at that. Nowhere to go, so it just wraps itself around each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vines, all wrapping around themselves, reaching for the sun and the spiderwebs. That's cool. Everywhere I look, there's little hop plants sticking out. Right. Anyway, Homebrew Wednesday, another one. It's cracking through these things, and it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying doing this. I want to, 2013, I want to break into doing a little bit more talking about brews and what we're doing with the brews. Especially seeing we've got the what's it? Oh, hops attacking me. Especially seeing we've got the brewery set up in the brew shop, so that we can get in there and have a little play and see what happens. And that's starting to take hold now. We are looking at running some BJCP competitions. So we're going to be doing those through our homebrew meetings, and we've set the first style to be a traditional bock. So we're probably thinking about February that we're going to chuck the competition up. Well, actually chuck the competition up now, but taste it at February and judge it at February. And so it'll just be all the home brewers, and it gives us a chance to taste the same beer made by all the different brewers and pick out what the differences are, instead of at the moment where we're tasting lots of different beers and it's a little bit hard to distinguish what the differences are because they're different styles, etc. So by setting a competition and setting a specific style, we've got a way to try and dig a little bit deeper into those beers. And one other thing that it's going to introduce us to is the judging of beers, and introduce the homebrewers to how you judge a beer. You know, what are you meant to be looking for in a beer when you judge it, and getting that little bit of experience. So everybody that puts a beer in will be judging everybody else's beer, and we're also going to get a couple of commercial beers. I'll get a couple of commercial traditional bocks to put alongside, so that we can taste what the commercial people think a beer is meant to taste like, or as a baseline, and see how that goes. So I think our first one will be in February, but if it's a bock takes 2 months to lager. That means I should have started brewing it yesterday, so we might have to push it out to March. But yeah, anyway, that's one thing that we have up and running. What else? Oh, I have some footage of the beer engine working at work. Finally picked it up from Chris Banks, the cover that goes around my beer engine. to make it look nice and pretty. Didn't have any homebrew to chuck in it, so I had to race to regionals and pick up 4 litres of bookbinder, Emerson's bookbinder, and I chucked that in the bladder so that we had something to taste. And I got a video of it with Chris having his first taste. So Homebrew Wednesday's going up tonight. Guess what? Homebrew Wednesday's going up tonight. So we've got a tap ready for Chris to pour his first pint. Half pint.
Half pint, yeah. The pub name at the back.
We do.
That's very good, was it? Doing a good job here.
First pour means you discount.
It's not warm.
It's not cold either.
Not too bad.
Right, I should have got 10 litres instead of 5, but...
Yum, yum.
So this is racking out the Meladoidin. That's not a bad looking colour coming out of that one. That's going into a corner keg, and this is the Star Sands foam coming out of it. Remember, don't fear the foam, it's good for you. Make sure everything's clean. And this is Bili Pilsner coming out. It's quite pale in colour, it looks pretty clear as well. I've got a couple of beers lagering at the moment, so today's the day that I've got to drop the temperature down by a little bit. So I have, we turn around, I have a Meladoidin sitting in there, and I have a Pilsner sitting here at the moment. Ooh, it's definitely lagering because it's sucking in through the airlock. Just got to keep an eye on that. I don't want it to suck in any of that stuff. But as it lagers, it starts to condense and drop down. But yeah, it's time to drop it by a degree. So up here, this one's the fridge, and I had the door open before, so it lost all its temperature. This is the freezer. There's no heat pad attached to it, obviously. It's just getting a little bit cooler, so it's trying to heat itself up. But definitely chest freezers are better than stand-up fridges because they don't lose their cool air. Now, one thing that Tiny from Off Tap Brewing said was to chuck a fan in your fermenting fridges just to circulate the air around. I haven't done it yet because I've been lagering these beers and I didn't want to disrupt the lagering. But anyway, down to 5 degrees. Next one. Down to 5 degrees. Alrighty. So they're going to be lagering for about 2 months. And the first 2 weeks I've started the temperature at 7 degrees, and every second day I'm dropping the temperature by 1 degree until it gets to 1 degree, and then I'm going to leave it for the remainder of the 2-month lagering process, and then get them bottled or probably drink it from a keg. But anyway, that's it. I want to taste this. This is the Meladoidin lager. Okay, the Meladoidin ale is still sitting in primary. I haven't transferred it out yet. It's fine. It's an ale. It can sit there a little bit longer. But I want to give this one a crack. I've tasted it when I transferred it from primary to secondary, and it blew my mind. And I just want to see what it's like now. So I'm just going to have a little taste. Hopefully I don't have too many little tastes and there's enough left in the keg by the time I finish. But just a little squirt. And I don't need any pressure in there anymore. There's a bit of pressure in there. Now, I didn't know how this was going to turn out. I had no idea. I thought it might have been a complete write-off, or it might create something absolutely wonderful. Now, being aware that it's a specialty malt and it's more for colouring, it doesn't have a lot of fermentable sugars in it, so I expected the OG to be, you know, pretty high and the ABV to be quite low. I tried to combat that by doing a very slow mash, a very long mash I mean. I mashed for 90 minutes at 64 degrees to try and get as much alpha amylase working as it could, and then I upped it to 72 degrees to mash out for about 20 minutes to try and get the better amylase working, to try and get as many sugars as I could. When I did a gravity reading of this coming out of primary, it was bloody high. It was around 1030. I thought, far out. Either my hydrometer was playing up, or you know, obviously I must have been taking a bad reading. But I tasted the beer and I was quite surprised. Let's come into crack now. It tastes like beer, but it tastes like beer with a really low alcohol. It's a quaffable beer. It's the kind of beer that you could have 2 or 3 pints at lunchtime and go back to work and still be fine to keep on working. What else has been happening? Well, Christmas is upon us. It's sneaking up bloody fast. Hell, it is sneaking up bloody fast. That means it's the wife's birthday at the end of the week. Ugh. Okay, got to get a present for the wife. Must make a note after finishing this video, get a present for wife tomorrow for her birthday on Friday. Right, good idea. Duncan from American Homebrewers Association fired me an email this morning, and he said that the Pimp My System article on Hex will be online on, when did he say it? Next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, which is, if it's the 12th today, 19th, 18th, 18th, about the 18th and 19th of December. I have that article up there, so I'll be keen to have a gander at that. Other than that, if any of you guys go away before Christmas and you don't get a chance to get a YouTube, have a really good Christmas, have a Merry Christmas, and have another one. Never drink and drive, that's always a bad thing to do. Drink responsibly, which is the name of a beer that I actually brew. I brew a beer called Responsibly, so that you can drink it all night, and when you go home to the missus you can say, I've been drinking responsibly all night. But anyway, but yeah, no, have a great Christmas. For all those people that are still tuning in and still running Homebrew Wednesday videos over Christmas, like myself, I'll be building my brew house. Yeah, keep on watching and we'll catch up with you later on. So, happy Homebrew Wednesday, cheers. This is the 100% Meladoidin lager. Just tasting bloody good. Let it lager for 2 months though, see what it really comes out like. But cheers, have yourself another one. Heaps better than that Monty's crap I drank last time.